how do companies like Waymo fit into the picture, right? I mean, how do you see the relationship with the incumbent players?
Yeah. So I think somewhere disruption of uh, the industry from the customer wanting to see something different much faster in a much more transparent way probably started almost 8 to 10 years ago, right? And then it was a fight between the insurer versus probably the insurtechs, which at that point, early point, were largely about distribution and creating transparency on product offering. Again, these were simpler products where you are okay going with an insurtech probably because it's my motor insurance, car insurance, and the car breaks down this year. I know you will be around because you just raised a bunch of funding and I'm going to die this year. But if I have to take bet on something bigger like my retirement plan or legacy or life insurance, you need to last much longer than me, right? And folks are way more risk averse in that and look for a completely different dimension in their assessment, right? I mean, customers. What we've seen is that the role of the incumbents actually becomes even more crucial, and great that all of this is happening because it's time now for insurers to fully unlock what truly was their value prop, to be able to give a suite of products which provides that kind of, which addresses a very varied kind of needs of the consumer, right? Now, when the pandemic struck, we saw all of this happen over a 12-month time frame, where the first 6 months were about, oh, our natural distribution is going to get disrupted, so let's jump into D2C, because if the customer is seeking something, we should be found and it should be easy to interact online with us. But very quickly, the second half of the year was also a lot about, end of the day, these are complex products and consumers are still looking for advice. And 90% of the consumers, their trusted advisor is probably an agent or their wealth manager at the bank, personal advice, financial advisor, etc. Right? Now the question became, how do you enable this face of your company to be completely educated about not just one product, but the range of your offerings, be able to evaluate the customer's needs and map these two and position your brand the right way, right? So I think somewhere 4 to 6 months into the pandemic, we saw folks doubling down on enabling the face of their company, which is the financial advisors, agents, the bank partners, etc., rather than so much on D2C itself. Now, 10 years ago, when the disruption started, there was really nothing to help the incumbents adapt to this. So a lot was built in-house. But over the last 5 to 6 years, there are companies like Waymo who have helped incumbents compete in this journey probably like 5 times faster, right? And when incumbents adopt something like Waymo or any solution, any technology out there that helps them either become D2C faster or enable their distribution teams faster, they can move way faster than any incoming insurtech competing on distribution, right? Because look at the scale. For example, insurers like Prudential, even in markets like Asia, have, Alnoor, correct me if I'm wrong, but more than 100,000 sellers on the front line, right? Relationship managers on the front line. No one can compete with that kind of scale if you crash your ability to adapt quickly to what the customer wants.